Hey guys, it is Foodshops here. Hassan apparently made a response video in response to his Twitch ban. Now, what did Hassan get Twitch banned for? Well, it was accordingly due to a comment that he made when he was live streaming. And I will show it now here.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
With that being said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think that Hassan might actually be in the right in this particular drama. I actually do think Hassan has been taken out of context. Now, don't leave, because I'm about to explain why I think this is the case, as Hassan is also going to explain. Basically, how it all goes down is that the misinformation is that he is talking to the audience. Quote, if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid, you would krill Rick Scott. But the truth is that he is talking to Mike Johnson. He is specifically speaking to Mike Johnson from his streamer position, talking to the screen. If you cared about Medicare or Medicaid, you, talking about Mike Johnson, would krill Rick Scott.
And the president said over and over and over, we're not going to touch Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. We've made the same commitment. Now, that said, what we are going to do is go into those programs and carve out the fraud, waste, and abuse and find efficiencies. Couple of examples. You know, there's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals, it's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he to this day is still known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
The misconception here is that he is actually telling the audience to do this. However, the truth is that he is trying to point out a hypocrisy with the Republican Party. Now, here's the deal. He should still apologize because it's still not okay to say this phrase. Because when people are half listening, when his audience is half listening, people are just going to interpret this as a call to action, a call for violence. Not everybody is going to be paying attention all the time to Hassan. Not everybody is going to be paying attention to his stream. So they might actually interpret what he's saying as go out and do this horrific action, right? Now, the thing is that throughout this entire video, I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how Hassan has apologized for all the things that he should be apologizing for.
Okay, so obviously, I shouldn't have used hyperbolic language, and there's definitely some ownership that I must take. Some apologies there. I should not have said Mike Johnson should kill Rick Scott. I should have simply said Mike Johnson should punish Rick Scott, perhaps with the, maximum punishment, whatever that would be, for defrauding Medicare and Medicaid.
Now, the thing is that apologizing is kind of useless in today's world, right? Why apologize when it could be disingenuous? It could just be there to save your face. Well, in this case, it seems as if that he is apologizing for the rhetoric, but he has been misrepresented in the context. Hey guys, so I have actually found another issue with Hassan's video. I'm going to be providing the context in real quick. Just gonna slide it in here real smoothly so that you do not notice, okay?
Where I quote retweeted sitting U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, who was advocating to kill peaceful pro-Palestinian demonstrators all the way from April 16th, 2024, almost an entire year ago, where I famously quote retweeted the doohickey, or I guess a meme of a doohickey that was responsible for the assassination of Shinzo Abe. Now, of course, this wasn't serious. I fib. I did this in response to a sitting U.S. senator who had previously in the New York Times written about executing Black Lives Matter protesters by using the military. And this time around, April 15th, was encouraging people. I'm going to read you his words. Senator Tom Cotton said this: I encourage people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic. Take matters into your own hands to get them out of the way.
I just want to say, even though it is reprehensible for Tom Cotton to actually go out and say, yeah, we should take action upon these peaceful protesters, so-called peaceful protesters, right? It is still not good that Hassan has tweeted out a picture of the gun, because it's one thing to call out a sitting U.S. Representative in order to say, yeah, what you are advocating here is not good. And it's another thing to do that yourself as some kind of edgy joke or meme. And because people in his audience are kind of crazy, they might actually go out and do it. This is why it is important to address it. Unfortunately, I want to insert it in real quick that Hassan has doubled down on this point, which is not good. He has definitely, I would say at least vibe-wise, doubled down on this point. He said, sorry that I offended your feelings, asmongold, which is not the same as I realized what I did was wrong, so I apologize. They are not the same thing. Yeah. Now, he also brings up a great point, and he brings up how asmongold, to his large audience, has put out how he should seek out the full context to what Hassan has said, but he never actually sought out the full context. This is a blunder on asmongold's part. This is no doubt a blunder on asmongold's part. And this is actually a repeated offense on asmongold's end many times when it comes to politics. When it comes to any kind of fact checking, he would typically refer to chat and go like, chat, is this true? If chat says true, then he regards it as true. It says that's crazy, and he just goes along with it. If chat does not say it's true, then he goes along with what chat says. Very few and not very often, asmongold would actually go out and Google what it is exactly that he is actually looking at. And this is a recurring problem. However, I just want to say that this is also a problem with Hassan as well. He would most oftentimes bad faith attack every kind of political streamer that is not within his own niche. For example, Destiny. He has oftentimes also referred to as chat for fact checking, for any kind of information. So therefore, it seems hypocritical for him to call out asmongold for this when he is doing the exact same thing. Now, with that being said, again, it does actually seem as if Hassan has been wronged in this scenario. However, also being said is that it is hypocritical for him to be doing this. Regardless, I'm willing to extend the good faith there and say that it wasn't a call to violence. But regardless, yes, he should not have said that. And yes, like in this video, he has admitted, yes, he should have said that he should have punished him instead, because krill is just too extreme of a word. All right, and that's about it, really. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.